Good morning. It is 3:35 in the morning. I normally am up and ready to go by 3:15, but this morning I had a little trouble getting up. I was tired, so I did not get up as early as I normally do. I'm heading to the gym. John and everybody else is tucked safely asleep. Got my Pure routine water with me, and today's leg day. If you've never worked out in a gym, leg day is hell. Pure hell. Today is the best kind of gym day because there's nobody in here but me. Reason number 5,000 why I come at 3 in the morning. One is because this is the best time when John is at home and asleep and the kids are asleep and I have some alone time to myself. And also because nobody's here. Like, I don't have to worry about anybody looking at me. Ain't nobody here. So let's get
so mad at you right now. You're about to get it. You're about to get it. Hey. She'll accept it. Touch her belly. She hates that.
What I done in the gym today, and then we will talk about why it is that I said I'm a huge failure. First thing you should know is if you hear me say that I done a set, that means I done 10 repetitions. So if I say I did 2 sets, that means I did 20 reps of whatever I'm talking about. The very first thing that I done when I went in is I did 2 sets of pulse squats with a band around my legs, and let me tell you something, that sucks. Then I proceeded to go to the hack squat machine. That also sucks. And I done 2 sets unweighted because I'm brand new to this and I don't have a spotter. Then I would turn around and done 2 more sets with 50 pounds on me. After that, I went and I done hip thrusts. Those royally suck. My butt was killing me, and I done 2 sets of those with 35 pounds across my hips. Then I went and done the hamstring curl machine, and I actually done 3 sets almost. The last set I was only able to do 8 reps with that one because I was doing 50 pounds at that point, and I did the first 2 sets with 30 pounds. Went over to the lovely and wonderful leg press machine, and I done 2 sets with 90 pounds and then 2 sets with 140 pounds. And then I ended out my lovely morning with Romanian deadlifts, the bane of my existence. I only done 35 pounds and I done 2 sets of those. I was dying at that point, so I couldn't go any further. So I'm home now. John is off to work. Some of the kids are up, so expect to hear them screaming and fighting in the background, I'm sure, because I am not watching them, which means it is time to fist. So the reason that you've not been seeing a lot of videos from me is because, to be honest with you, I am embarrassed. End of story. A lot of you probably think it's because we moved and I don't really have a lot to show. And I've been saying I don't really have a lot to show. And it is a lie. It is because I have not been honest with you. And I have, more importantly, not been honest with myself. Because you see, I am 31, almost 32. I'll be 32 in September. And for 31 years, I have been making excuses for myself. I've been making excuses for why I have failed every single time I have tried a diet or anything for that matter. I have failed at doing keto. I have failed at counting calories. I have failed at doing taking medication that was an appetite suppressant. I failed at bariatric surgery. So you guys who have been watching me for a long time, I've been doing videos for over 2 years now. And in the 2 years that I have been doing videos, I have gained 35 pounds. Now, that being said, what makes that even more disgusting to me is the fact that I've gained 35 pounds after having bariatric surgery. I have failed bariatric surgery. Who does that? When I first was thinking about doing bariatric surgery, I actually watched a lady and she was doing this confessional talking about how, you know, she used to use slider foods and intentionally eat more chicken wings than what she was supposed to, and was like telling her story. And I remember thinking, who would do that? Why would you have surgery and do that? Boy, am I eating those words along with a lot of other stuff. So the truth of the matter is I have not been honest with myself or anyone else really. I've made a lot of excuses for myself. Excuses like, well, you know, 2 years ago they put me on prednisone and I was on it for a month and that's part of why I'm fat. It's okay. I can just work it off later. It's not a big deal. I plan on going to run every single day and I'm only going to eat 700 calories in a day. You know, I was always fat. I've been fat since I've been a kid. I was just meant to be fat. That's the way God made me. These are just a handful of the excuses that I have fed to myself and everyone else to the point that I started to believe it. Very recently, I got on the scale and I was horrified that I had gained so much weight even after having surgery. A lot of people think that having the surgery is the easy way out, and a lot of that is because the people who are successful, you just like freaking shred weight right off. But then there are people like me that if you do not have the mindset of I am doing this and you don't change your lifestyle, it doesn't matter what you do, including surgery, you will not lose the weight. I did not lose the weight. I didn't do it. I never even got close to my goal. I never even got close. I lost over 100 pounds. I'm back to where I've only lost 70. I need to lose 170 altogether. So that means I've got 100 pounds to go. Y'all, I have 100 pounds to go. I was more than halfway there and I screwed it up. And part of me wants to be very hard on myself and be very angry with myself. But the other part of me knows that until I got honest, no matter what I would have done, I was going to fail at it anyway. All of these were unsuccessful because I refused to accept one truth. And that one truth is the fact that I am addicted to food. I have been using food to celebrate if I'm sad, if I'm bored, if I'm having a bad day. It doesn't matter what the reasoning is. I am using food as a crutch to lean on. After I saw the weight, that's when the videos really slowed down because I was humiliated. Like, how could I possibly do this to myself? What kind of an idiot goes and has surgery and still screws it up? I was very angry with myself. I was very depressed, very sad. But that does not help you lose weight. One of my favorite vloggers in the entire world, I have been following her for over 4 years now. And I will leave a link to her channel in the description below. But be warned, she does have a pretty dirty mouth. She was quoting Dolly Parton, and you know, if you live in East Tennessee, Dolly Parton is like our monarch, our queen. So anything she says goes. But no, in all seriousness, she quoted Dolly Parton as saying, you know, when I eat chips, I open the bag, I eat 3, and then I throw the rest away because they're all going to taste the same. That hit me hard. She talked about the fact that, you know, when she was very overweight, that she would sit down with like a bag of Doritos and you were always looking for that super cheesy one so that you would keep eating, always looking for just the next best thing. And how that was a big reflection on the way she felt about her life. Like, she was always looking for the next best thing and nothing was ever good enough, and just that constant search for the next best thing. And that hit me so hard because I do that. I do that. And I don't want to do that anymore. So even though I have been terribly dishonest with myself mostly about why I'm fat, I have decided to rip the Band-Aid off. No more lying to myself. No more telling myself it'll be okay. You're all right to eat this. Plenty of people eat this and are still skinny. No more lies for me. Instead, I'm going to be brutally honest with myself, even if it's mean. And the mean, brutally honest me says I'm fat. And I need to do something about it. I need to stop making excuses. I need to stop saying, well, it's okay. I can do this. no, I am going to do this. When I was a kid, I actually went through this phase where I would tell everybody that I hated Coke. Just an FYI, if I say the word Coke, for anybody who's not deep in the South, Coke is reference to all sodas whatsoever. I would just tell myself I hated Coke. I hated it. It was disgusting. It wasn't my favorite. And I went years without actually drinking one. And it wasn't because I actually hated it. It's just I got it in my head that I didn't want it anymore. And so I told myself I hated it. So I've done stuff like that before. I used to chew my fingernails to the point that they would be like down into the beds. And now, like, I grow fingernails because one day I looked at them and I said, you know what? I'm not going to do this anymore. I want fingernails. And I just stopped. And so I've come to that spot. Surgery didn't do it. Diets didn't do it. Pills didn't do it. Nobody coaxing, talking, telling, being made fun of didn't do it. Nothing done it. Except for one day I just woke up and I said, you know what? I'm done with this. I'm done. I've been done before, but not done enough to give up food. I've been done before, but not done enough to get up at 3 a.m. and go to the gym. I've been done before, but not done enough to get on YouTube and confess myself to the whole world that, hello, I am addicted to food and I have an issue. One of the most important mindset changes that I'm having is the fact that I'm refusing to say, I can't have that. That was one of my biggest, like, sadness moments of, I can't eat that. I can't have that. It triggered me to think I'm depriving myself of something. But instead, I have changed the conversation in my own head and the conversation with anyone else around me. So when I get offered cake, I don't eat cake. It's not that I can't have it. I don't eat it. I don't want it. As far as my diet is going, really, I'm not going to tell you I'm doing keto. I'm not going to tell you I'm doing Atkins. I'm not going to tell you I'm doing low carb. I'm not going to tell you I'm doing a bodybuilder's diet. I'm not going to tell you I'm clean eating. I'm not following any kind of regimen. None. None. Because so far, every time I've tried to follow a diet, I failed at it. So instead, I've changed my relationship with my food. I ask myself when I'm adding ingredients to things or when I'm eating something, what purpose does this serve? What is this going to do for me? Does it have protein? Is it going to help me build muscle? Is it a carb, a complex carb that's going to keep me full longer? Does it have sugar in it? Because sugar is a dirty word. Sugar is a dirty word. I'm on day 8, and as I'm weaning myself off of sugar, I'm finding that I am enjoying vegetables more. Healthier foods taste better than they ever had before. I was just like, I'll suffer through this if I must. And now I'm just like, I cannot wait to eat a sweet potato. I can't wait to eat a sweet potato. I'm actually finding myself craving. So my exercise regimen has very little cardio in it, but a whole lot of weightlifting. That is what I'm aiming for. Lifting weight. Somebody in the comments is going to be like, you're going to get bulky and look like a dude. Just look up the hashtag girls who lift. They don't look like dudes. Muscle actually burns fat even when you're not working out. It's constant. You just have to fuel it. I'm going to aim for a very fit, toned body, not a very skinny body. So instead of going by the scale, I'm actually measuring myself. And since I've started, I've not lost anything in the old arms, nothing in the thighs, but I have, however, lost 2 inches in my waist and 1 inch in the chest in 8 days. So I will show you my meals as I go. I will show you what I'm doing as I go, but this vlog will not be 100% about fitness because my real life is not 100% about fitness. And I hope if you take anything away from this video, you take away the fact that if you have a food addiction and it's something that's very hard to admit, you're not alone. There are a lot of us out there. If you have been failing at diets, you're not alone. Join the club. That's why the fitness industry is a multi-billion-dollar industry. It's because everybody is looking for the quick fix. And nobody likes to admit that the only way that you're actually going to do it is good old-fashioned diet and exercise. So I love you guys, and I hope you enjoyed this vlog, and hopefully you will continue to subscribe because I'm sure I'm losing them by the dozen. I have actually been losing a lot of people, but that's okay. I totally understand if this is not your thing. So love you guys, and until later, I love you, bye.